Whoa!
Oh man, down. Oh dear.
Bye! Hi guys, so welcome to another video of ours, and we're going to do another tutorial. This time we're going to do a super simple, easy sponge recipe. It is so easy, you just can't get it wrong. We'll go through our ingredients first. We've got marge. We have these in 250 gram blocks, and you can get it from most supermarkets in either 250 gram blocks, or you can get it in 500 gram tubs. This would be stuff like stock, but obviously ours is from our supplier. We've got caster sugar, we have self-raising flour, and we've got eggs. So we're going to be making 2 whole 6-inch sponges. We will put up the recipe for 1 single 6-inch sponge. So you might see that I'm using more ingredients than what you will be. That's because I need it for more sponges. So we are doing 500 grams of everything. So that's 500 grams of marge, 500 grams of caster sugar, 500 grams of eggs, and 500 grams of self-raising flour. And then a little splash of vanilla. So the eggs, most people always ask me this question, is how do you weigh the eggs? So you literally get whatever you're measuring it into onto your scales, zero it off. So crack it in, and the weight of that egg is 54 grams. So that's the weight. Don't weigh it with the shell on, weigh it without the shell. So we'll do this until we get to 500 grams. Whoa!
Oh man, down. Oh dear.
So after my spillage, we've cleaned that up. We've got the eggs to 500 grams. We've got 500 grams of caster sugar and 500 grams of self-raising flour. Then we've got the 2 blocks of marge, which equates to 500 grams. And first off, we're going to put the marge into our mixer. I'm going to turn that on and get that starting to mix. This will soften up the marge, ready for when you pop your sugar in, and this is the creaming stage. Okay, so I'm just going to add the caster sugar into the marge. The marge is already starting to soften up. Turn it down a little bit. Add the caster sugar in, and then you want to turn it up at this stage, or start mixing faster at this stage. This is the creaming stage, so you'll need to add a lot of air into your marge and your sugar. Don't worry, I know you can see that I'm using a large mixer, and as you can see it's called a heavy duty one. You can use anything at this point to mix it. So most people at home will have a handheld electric whisk. You can use that, that is no problem. It's perfect, it'll make it light and fluffy still. Or you can use a smaller stand mixer. Whatever you've got is absolutely fine. You can even do it by hand. It just means that you won't get as much fluffiness into your creaming stage at this point. Okay, so while this is mixing, we're going to line the tins. I'm going to show you how we do our tins. This isn't necessarily how you should do it, and it's not how everyone else does it. It's how we do it. So we get an open block of marge or butter, whatever it is that you'd like, and lightly wipe it around the tin. And then first off, we line the sides, so the sides of the tin, and we'll put strips for them. So as you can see, I line my baking paper down and cut strips like this, and go into the tin like that. It forms a little gap, whoa, just there, but we'll fill that in. So this is how I do the bases. I always do this by eye, but I'll show you how you can do it to make it a lot easier. I do it by eye purely because I've done it for that many years. I know how to cut it to size. You get the base of your tin, pop it onto your square and draw around it. And then you can cut round it, and you've got a perfect circle for the bottom of your tin. So we'll cut round this and we'll pop it in, and I'll show you what it looks like. It doesn't have to be perfect, don't worry. pop it into the base, and there you can see you've got the base covered and you've got the sides covered as well. Okay, so this has finished creaming now, and I'm just going to lift the bowl off to show you how white and fluffy it should be. That's the colour and consistency that it should be. Really nice and fluffy. Lots of air in, so pop that back on. And we're going to pop the eggs in now. Again, if you're doing this by hand, just fold them in with your spoon. You haven't got to worry about overbeating it at this point, but it's nice to get the, it's nice, that's the wrong terminology. Can I shoot that bit again? Ideal is what I wanted to say. It's an ideal way. Okay. Where did I get to? We put the eggs in, didn't we? If you pop the eggs in, you can pop them all in together at once. Haven't got to add them one by one. It's ideal to mix it in quickly. Don't worry about overbeating it. Mix it on slow, then you can turn your mixer up. If you find that the mixture has split, you'll see because it will go grainy, just add a little bit of flour in there and it will stop it going grainy. Turn it up to make sure your eggs are completely well combined. So again, if you're doing it by hand, making sure that you've folded your eggs in, or if you're using an electric whisk, make sure they are really well whisked in. This may take a little longer by hand or handheld whisk. So that's all mixed in. Now we're going to sieve the self-rising flour into our bowl and get that into the mixture. Pop that straight in and turn your mixer on. Make sure that you only put it on low, else you're going to get a flour explosion everywhere, which is a regular occurrence in this kitchen. You want to mix this on low and you don't want to beat at this stage at all. And then you want to add a little bit of vanilla. So we add about a cupful. Then to ensure that we're getting all of the remnants that are left on the side of the bowl, just give it a nice scrape down. Leave it mixing for a couple of minutes until it's all combined. Again, making sure that you don't beat it and don't overmix it. So that's mixed. Looking super smooth. Just going to scrape the sides and make sure that there's nothing left at the bottom of the bowls. Then we're going to portion it out into our tins. And making sure that your bowl is super scraped. And then I'll get a spoon, and with the back of the spoon, we're going to smooth the top of the sponge out. It's nice and level, so as you can see, that's how it looks when I put it into the tin. That's how it looks like now that I've smoothed it out. Don't bang your tins to level the sponge at all, else you will knock some of the air out, and air is really important, especially with Victoria sponge recipes, because that's what makes it nice and fluffy. Okay guys, so these are ready for the oven now. We're going to pop them in on 170 to 175 for between 20 and 25 minutes. This will depend on your oven though. If you've got a gas oven, just Google the conversion between 170 to 175 and watch them. Okay, so our cakes are out of the oven. They are cooked perfectly. We're just going to show you one thing that's happened on the top of this one, and this is a really good thing to point out. So it hasn't got a completely perfect flat top like one of these. There's a little bit of butter residue on the top, and this can be from the marge, and that's a really simple fix. You just trim the top. You're going to trim the top anyway because you don't leave the skin on to stack a cake. So you just trim it off the top and it's good to go. So these are for tomorrow because we bake them a day in advance. Sponge is always best done the day before to firm up slightly, to stack it, to give it more stability. So we will decorate these tomorrow. So that is the sponge recipe. Watch out for our stacking and decorating tutorial.